Then the next paragraph. Worried by the development, the colonial government began to arresting the Congress leaders one by one, because the people that all the people of India, they started to participate in civil disobedience movement. So it is giving a worry to the colonial government or British government. That's why what they done, they started to arrest the Congress leaders one by one, and this led to violent clashes. This led to violent clashes in many places, and when Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a revolt disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, was arrested in 1930, angry crowd demonstrated in a street of Peshawar, facing armored cars and police firing. Means the one of the follower of Gandhiji, that was Abdul Ghaffar Khan, and when he become arrested in April 30, means the 6th April only we started this, means 11th March only we started civil disobedience movement, and 11th April 1930 Khan arrested. Then people become very angry and they started to face the police vehicles and police firing. Many were killed because British people want to suppress that protest, so they started to fire on people. Then many of them become killed and many of them become wounded. And a month later, when Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested, industrial workers in the Solapur attacked police post, municipal building, law courts and railway stations, in all structures that symbolize British rule. Means the last Gandhiji was arrested from Solapur, that also from Maharashtra. That time the people of Solapur area, what they done, they started to all the buildings which is standing as the symbol of the British rule, like a police station, municipal building, the court, railway station, everything they attacked. The frightened government respond with a policy of brutal repression, and the people's attack, how when it is increased, that time again the government, they become from worried to frightened, they reached, and what they done, what was their response? Repressing or suppress the people, kill again and again people. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. Means the people, they were British people, they want to suppress them all the activities. That's why what they done, the people, those who was conducting meetings or protesting, that one very peacefully without any weapon, and they attacked the people. And not only the satyagrahis, that is included, women and children were beaten, and it is about 1 lakh people they were arrested on that time. In such a situation, Gandhiji once again decided to call off the movement and entered into a pact with Irvine on 5th March 1931. Means it was almost 1 year. 11th March it started, and we can see here the 5th March 1931. It started 1930, and we can see after 1 year Gandhiji is coming with a pact with Irvine, and it is known as Gandhi-Irvine Pact. Which pact? 5th March 1931, Gandhiji coming with a pact with Irvine to stop the civil disobedience movement, that is known as Gandhi-Irvine Pact. And Gandhiji consented to participate round table conference. The Congress has boycotted the first round table conference in London, and the government agreed to release the political prisoners. Means the Irvine said to Gandhiji like that, you should go and participate in the round table conference. And first conference already boycotted by Congress, because they understood like that we want to get freedom for that purpose. So they are taking the consent of Gandhiji and releasing the political prisoners. More than 1 lakh people released. And December 1931, Gandhiji went to the London for a conference, but the negotiations broken down and he returned disappointed. What all things he asked, nothing happened. All the negotiation or everything decision taken for the British people again. So he came with a disappointment. He never gotten any happiness from round table, any solution from round table. And back in India, he discovered that the government had begun a new cycle of repression. When Gandhiji went that time, again government made repressive activities more severe way. And Ghaffar Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru were both in jail, and the Congress had been declared illegal. British government, what they said, the National Congress, that is illegal one, like that. And the leaders was the absence of Gandhiji. Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru was arrested. They was in jail, and the series of measures had been imposed to prevent meeting. They taken the maximum care to stop all the meeting, demonstration and boycotts. Means government take different steps to prevent, to not to stop. Before that itself, they taken the steps to stop to prevent the boycott, meeting, demonstration, etc. With great apprehension, Mahatma Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movement. For over a year, the movement continued, but by 1934, it lost its momentum. And when Gandhiji came back in 1932, that time he again, because he has seen the problems what the Indians are suffering, so he again relaunching the civil disobedience movement. It was meant for it was continuing for 2 years. Then by 1934, it lost its momentum, and the people become tired because of daily clashes and other things, because police was taken that much repressive steps. So what we were seeing, the after the means how the civil disobedience movement, how it stopped, why it stopped, and what was the result of Gandhiji's round table conference. Then again how Gandhiji restarted or relaunched the civil disobedience movement. Then we are moving to next one, how participants saw the movement, different group of people, how they understood or how they taken. When we studied about the non-cooperation movement, also we have seen the countryside people or town people or plantation workers, how they taken the movement. Same way we are going to see. Let us now look at different social groups that participated in the civil disobedience movement. Why did they join the movement? What was their ideals? What did Swaraj mean to them? Different question we are going to discuss. First one, why different group of people they joined? What was their idea about this Swaraj and other things or civil disobedience movement? Third one, what it means Swaraj for them? In the countryside, rich peasants communities like the Patidars of the Gujarat and Jats of Uttar Pradesh were active in the movement. Means they are very rich, even though they are living in the village side, but they are very rich. Example, Patidars of Gujarat and Jats of Uttar Pradesh. Still we can see the Jat people, they are very rich and physically also powerful in UP area, UP Haryana area. And being producers of commercial crops, they were very hard hit by the trade depression and falling price. Why they joined? Because the great depression of economical depression in the international market. That's why they lost, means they are not getting enough money. So they was ready to join in the movement. As their cash income disappeared, they found it impossible to pay the government revenue demand. Even though price of the things it is falling down, but demand for the revenue it is never decreased. So they are facing the problem to pay revenue, and the refusal of the government to reduce the revenue demand led to the widespread resentment. Means the peasants, they started to ask the government to reduce the revenue, because the price of the things it is falling down, so they are not able to pay tax, but government never ready to do that one. They refused. That's why people become very angry and very tense or worried. and these rich peasants become enthusiastic supporters of the civil disobedience movement because there is no other chance in front of them, and organizing their communities and at times forcing reluctant members to participate in the boycott program. Means they themselves, the rich farmers, they themselves taken the initiative to organize their own communities, and when some members they are not ready to participate in the movements, help them to participate at least in boycott program. For them, the fight for Swaraj was a struggle against high revenue. For the rich farmers, for them, what was Swaraj? A struggle against high revenue. But they were deeply disappointed when the movement was called off in 1931 without the revenue rates being revised. In 1931, when Gandhiji said to the people to stop the civil disobedience movement, that time that people become very dissatisfied or disappointed because the revenue rate never revised. So when the movement was restarted in 1932, many of them refused to participate. Again, the Gandhiji relaunched that time. That people, many of them was not ready to participate with Gandhiji. That was the condition of the rich peasants in the countryside. So because of that, many people they got a support. The other farmers also supported these rich farmers. Like that movement was very successful in village area or countryside. And the poor people, the poor peasantry were not just interested in the lowering of the revenue demand. The poor people, they are not only asking for the revenue demand, decreasing the revenue. Many of them were small tenants cultivating land, and they had rented from the landlords. They are the small tenants having the very less land, that also taken as a rented land from the landlord. As the depression continued and cash income dwindled, the small tenants found it difficult to pay their rent because the price of the things, goods, it is going down. So they are also facing the problem to pay rent. They wanted to unpaid rent to the landlord to be remitted. The dues want to be stopped or say not to pay like that. That was their demand. And they joined a variety of radical movements, often led to the socialist and communist. Some of the poor people, they started radical movement, and they are going and joined in socialist and communist movement also. And apprehensive of raising issues that might upset the rich peasants and the landlords, the Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaign in most of the places. The rich people, they was not ready to support the poor people's demands to avoid the rent. That's why Congress also was not ready to support these poor people, because they are the rich peoples are the supporters of Congress. So they are getting fund for their program from the rich people. They want to stand for them. So the relationship between the poor peasants and the Congress remained uncertain. The poor people and the Congress relation, again, it is become wider and wider. Okay, we will continue in next video.